here we are. I was going to say Donington Park, but it's definitely Cadwell Park, and it's round 3 of the Pirelli Super Series 1000 Championship. It's Friday today, so the test day. I've got the bike here. I did a track day a couple of weeks ago, which is why I've got the black fairings on. Make a few changes today, so I'll see you after the intro.
In audio.
So, the biggest change what we've got from last time we rode the bike in anger at Donington is that linkage there. So I'm running a HPE linkage, which should help the bike sort of sit down and not wheelie so much. So we'll see whether that works or not. I've also run a foot brake as well as the finger brake. I'm using one of them Race Torx junction valves. Little bit of a pain to bleed, so I added an extra bleed nipple on the end using like a banjo bolt with a bleed nipple in. And also you'll be able to see the old bleed nipples on the front there, but I've also added a bleed nipple this side because getting to those ones, as you can see, is a royal pain in the ass, but getting to that one is really easy. So had one session, didn't feel amazing to be honest, it was spitting. So anyway, the bike was wheeling a lot, so I've taken some preload out of the back. I'm also on a lighter spring now, and I'm trying my light tank extender for this next session as well. It's just taped on for the time being, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, lot to take in, but if you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. If you didn't already know, I raced a Gixxer 1000. I'll see you in a bit. Well, that was good. I've actually got a smile on my face. It wasn't a race or anything, just a test session. But the tank extender, oh my god, what a difference. I can't believe it took me this long to use one. You can just like relax going into corners and it just fucking holds you. Amazing, so buzzing with that. I also, as I said, I took some preload out the back and it made the bike so much more controlled. Before I was going down the straight, like Park Straight, and the bike's like bouncing all over, and it was doing this at Donington as well. So obviously taking some preload out with a different linkage, it's now actually using the spring rather than just using the tyre. Here's my dad. It's still a test day and I attempted to do a little bit of negative proof. There's a lot of traffic out there, and if you get out the front you get probably 2 or 3 clear laps before you're hitting slow riders, so just thought may as well try and change something. That was the second to last session, I've got 1 to go. So I tried increasing my shock length by 2mm. As I say, as a bit of a negative proof, because I thought that would make the bike worse, but I actually went and did my fastest time of the day. I'm not sure whether that's because I was following Jack. So maybe that helped me, that like in my head the bike felt worse. So what we're going to do for the last session, obviously I've got an old tyre, I'm using an old tyre. It's actually a tyre what I had on at Donington. It was all torn, but I put it on backwards, so the good side's on the right hand side, and I've had that on all day. So you know, not on great tyres, but I've done a 31.8 with an ideal of a 31.6. So as I say, slightly strange that that's my best time, but I think that's just because I was following Jack, so put the shock length back to where it was, so took 2mm off it, and used this last session to determine whether it was better, and the moments or the sensation I had was just because the back tyre's knackered, or whether it was better despite the sensation and it's not the tyre's fault. So either way, tried negative proof, ended up being better, so we're going to go back as like a kind of double proof as to whether this is better or not. Well, it's the end of the test day now. Bike's in one piece, always good, so it needs a clean now and then can put the race bodywork on. Last session was decent. I did get stuck behind some other riders for a couple of laps, so I just took one each lap at park, into park corner. So I'm obviously, you know, relatively strong on the brakes. Bike's riding really well. I'm not too sure which shock length I prefer in the back, to be honest. I think it feels more planted with the shorter shock in, so I think I'll probably leave the shock as it is for tomorrow. Obviously it'll make a big difference going on new tyres, because as I said, the tyre what I've got in, I've done a race or two on at Donington and I've done all day today on it. Seen seats backwards, but them ones have got like no wear marker on, so to do 31 like 8 or something on that tyre, it's not bad going, so there's definitely a lot of time to be found with a new tyre. But yeah, all smiles, really happy, so I'll see you tomorrow. It's Saturday. That qualifying session was absolutely shit. Brand new tyres, track was like glass. No confidence, couple of moments. Yeah, fucking bad. I've qualified like 15th, I think, which is better than Snetterton, but I should be much further up the grid than that. I mean, I've still got chicken strips on my tyres, so the front tyre looks brand new still. Just the least grip I've ever had, like regardless of conditions, by a long stretch. So I got round, bikes in one piece. Hopefully it's either wet or dry, and we're going to make up a lot of positions from 15th, so I'll see you after that race. Well, it's still Saturday, but I'm not going to get a race. It's been lots of crashes. It's been sort of really light rain on and off for a lot of the day. Not going to get a race today. Apparently I'll get 3 races tomorrow that obviously all going to be reduced length, and the weather tomorrow looks biblical in terms of lots of moisturisation, so yeah, slightly disappointed, but we're all trying to be okay. There's my daughter Layla, grandparents, there's Steph, Richie the mechanic. Everyone's pretending that they're happy. They might be happy, but I'm not, because I haven't got to race a bike today and qualifying was terrible. We're going to get soaked tomorrow, but yeah, pass me a Stella. Well, that was an okay race. I started from 15th, and as you'll see, or should have seen by now, I just got really boxed at the first corner, but there was no opportunity for me to move on the right hand side. Ultimately, I paid the price in the race for bad qualifying. I did manage to make up some positions. I finished 8th, and I was catching the group of bikes in front of me. Unfortunately, because of all the delays and things we've had, it was only an 8-lap race. Would have normally been 12 laps. So shoulda, woulda, coulda, you know, but with another 4 laps I would have thought that I would have overtaken the 3 guys in front of me. Nonetheless, I've done a lap time good enough to start me 4th for the next race, which is on the outside, so it's important to be on the outside here, because you can just rail it around the outside. So yeah, bike felt alright. I had quite a few moments, particularly out the hairpin, out of barn, but they are, you know, really slippery, and apparently everyone was having moments there as well. So another 2 races today. Yeah, like I say, I'm obviously happy that I did a quick lap time, you know, but had a better qualifying, maybe I could have been in the mix, but we'll see what happens in this next one. Well, about 5 minutes till race 2. We've got a very light rain coming down at the moment, but the track is mostly dry. Got a wet front in, intermediate rear. Got a pair of inters off Wilfred yesterday. Hit them up for all your scrubs. Never used an intermediate tyre before, so it was a little bit of a last minute choice. It wasn't fitted to a rim, so thankfully I've got people in the team who's willing to run about like headless chicken to get me a tyre sorted. But yeah, see how this goes. Like I say, never used an inter-rear before. Got a dry setting in the bike, inter-rear, wet front, starting from 4th, so we'll see what happens.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, that was good. I thought that my tyres was the wrong choice when we went on the line, and it was like basically dry all the way around. Obviously I had the confidence to push initially, so I got into lead after a couple of corners and try to put time into people. When I saw the gap was coming down, I knew it would be Ryan on the slicks. I spot him on the grid, and I don't know, it's all well and good me saying, I think if I had it into front, maybe I could have held on, but the wet front was just, it was protesting massively. Nonetheless, first podium in Super Series 1000, so gotta be happy with that. Make sure you like and subscribe. bad, is it? So the last race, I really struggled to get no rhythm, to be honest. I finished 5th, and I say only did a 32 flat, but that was with a new rear tyre, and on the test day with a tyre that was absolutely destroyed, I went faster than that. So I think the weather, like, sort of changing didn't help anyone get in the groove, certainly not me. I did think the fastest times in the races would be 29s, and the fastest time was only, I say only again, a 30.9. Jack, he was flying, fair play. So I think the wet running had affected everyone's dry pace, if that makes sense. So nonetheless, I finished 5th in that race, but it was good enough for 3rd overall, which I'm absolutely, yeah, I was buzzing with that. I asked Luke to work it out for me. I was hoping I might just be in with a shout of an overall, so I think you get prize money down to 5th. But yeah, 3rd place, and I just got Steph to open the envelope for me. £400. So I know it's obviously a drop in the ocean compared to how much you spend racing a bike, but that's the most prize money I've ever won. So yeah, buzzing. Thank you to everyone who comes, you know, and helps me. Obviously family, friends, everyone like that, but also a massive thank you to Exercise and Helmet City, which my discount code's changed now, so discount code is Tommy24. You get 15% off anything on the website. Obviously T's and C's apply, but I'll see you at Croft. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Now, what do all of those gloves have in common? They're nowhere near as good as these ones. So I tried these at Cadwell, the Alpine Stars GP Tech V2, and I'm absolutely blown away with how good they are. They're like a Kevlar material on the back of the hand, which makes them extremely supple, even from the first wear. I'm very fussy with gloves. I always end up with sore hands. This one's nearly fixed now. Thanks to using these gloves, I'm no longer in agony whilst I'm riding on my little keyboard hands. So yeah, as I say, I've tried all of these gloves, many miles in them. These have been the best ones. These were original DRC, and they've got like a rubber bit in the palm. But I mean, they're past the best. I've had many crashes, so they did hold up well. The Mark II version, or the newer version, wasn't as good for me. But these Alpine Star GP Tech V2, unbelievable. Discount code coming on the screen now if you fancy buying yourself some Helmet City. But yeah, I'm not being paid to promote these gloves, but they are amazing.